I know that you just went through orientation for the assembly. Was there any kind of hazing? Was there like any like drinking contest? Did you have to get a tattoo or like egg the governor's mansion or something?
No hazing.
No hazing?
No hazing.
I was hoping there
So, well, the election is hazing.
Yeah, that's true. I would
So-
say. What is your actual history in Nevada, and what sparked your interest in actually in getting involved with politics in the community in general?
Well, I've been in Nevada for about 8 years.
Okay.
And actually, before we moved here, I never belonged to a political party.
Really?
I was raised in a family where we spoke about issues, we spoke about policy, we never spoke about political parties.
You belong to a nonpartisan family?
I belong to a nonpartisan family.
I didn't know that existed.
One thing that that is really fabulous for me being here at Zappos today is I started working at Prodigy in e-commerce 20 years ago.
Wow, that's
in
cool.
1989. And you're doing things that we were dreaming about. You're doing
That's good to hear.
things that we were saying, gosh, if the technology were there, if we could do it right,
Yeah.
you know, here's what we would be doing. Bought a beautiful house here, love Nevada, live here. But, you know, over time, there were things where I would start out and I'd say, you know what, they can't do that, or they're doing this wrong, or why are they doing this?
Yeah.
And I was just whining a lot. And I'm the kind of person that after I whine too much, I have to take action.
Yeah.
So I started looking at running for office so that I could make a positive impact.
Now you worked as a consultant, correct? How did that? What you learned from being a consultant? What elements of that did you carry over? Do you hope to carry over and to use as an assemblywoman?
Well, first of all, my whole background is very eclectic business-wise. I've done a lot of things in a lot of different areas. So all knowledge, I think, is transferable.
Yeah.
So it's like when I was first helping some of the first online services companies get online, I walked into a bank and I said to them, you guys have to think of yourself like a supermarket. And they kind of looked at me and said, huh?
Yeah.
And I said, well, you've got different products, because I was trying to explain navigational structure
Yeah.
of you know, essentially building a website and how you have the different levels and the different sub-levels and looking at things. I'm saying, think of your different products as being in different aisles. You know, you've got the checking aisle, the savings aisle, the CD aisle.
Yeah.
And they were looking at me and just thinking that I was nuts. And everything that you learn, no matter what, is transferable to something else. And
Yeah.
it gives you insight into people, processes, and ways that are good creative solutions.
What do you think attracts businesses like Zappos to Vegas or to Nevada in general?
Well, I think we've got a favorable business climate. And I think that we have a really good quality of life here. I mean, obviously we're going through some difficult times right now, but again, when you look at Nevada compared to other states, there's great housing, it's affordable, you can have a nice lifestyle, you can live here in a way that you can't live elsewhere.
Did you have any preconceptions about us before you came in? Did you know anything about us, or?
Well, I've shopped at
Shopped?
Zappos.
We like to hear that.
And I think that it's just so impressive. And I knew that you were just voted one of the top companies to work for.
Yeah, we're number 23.
Number
on Fortune's
23,
list,
and
yeah.
I'm tickled and I'm thrilled. So I walked in, and I've also read Tony's blog.
Okay.
And so I was expecting, and this was pretty much in line with my expectations, although I think that your decor is far exceeding my imagination.
Do you think the state assembly should decorate things a little more like us?
I think it would be fun. But the thing is, and this is something going back 20 years, that's
Yeah.
just been one of my core philosophies, I said, I have to do everything online because I can't ever expect to grow an industry if I'm not willing to embrace it.
Yeah.
And I have to be setting a role model, and I have to be setting the standard. So I buy everything online. I bought this jacket online, I bought these pants online, I buy things online all the time.
So you have bought from us.
So absolutely.
So are you?
Fits
Would you
well.
fits well? All right.
Okay.
It's our private label.
And my husband wears okay, it's also your brand, it's got a Z in it.
Type Z.
Type Z. He
Yes.
wears Type Z shirts.
Let's say that in the cafeteria for the assembly, everything splits off just like high school. There's like the cool kids, and then there's the nerds, and then there's the people like me that got in a lot of trouble all the time. And which group, if you were in that lunchroom, who would you be hanging out with?
Who would I be hanging out with? The hard workers.
The hard workers?
The hard workers.
Okay, I can totally respect that. I'd probably be in detention, honestly. But that's probably why I'll never be an elected official, but you are. So, Ellen, thank you so much for doing this.
Thank you so much. I
And we
really
appreciate you
it.
coming in, and come back anytime. We're here.
Okay, and thank you for interviewing me.
No problem.
This is great.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate it.